Welcome everyone to this week's episode of Drunken Gamer News. I'm your host Mike. We're here to cover events in the video game industry that have occurred during this week, and this is our special St. Patrick's Day episode. Because of this special occasion, not only do I have a special drink to celebrate with, I have more of it. With me today is a whole fucking pint of possibly my favorite brand of beer ever, Guinness. A whole goddamn pint of this stuff. This was the last pint left when I was at Ralph's the other day. I am not fucking joking. I was so excited when I found this. It's like a dream come true. You know, I was watching this week's Epic Meal Time. The host, Harley, he was talking about how he got introduced to Guinness, because they did a St. Patrick's episode as well. He described it as honey milk from the tit of an angel. Truer words have never been spoken. Bottoms up. Oh god, yes, that is delicious. Can need some more of that. As a word of advice, Guinness is best drunk in a glass, not from the bottle. Because that way you can get all the creamy head in it as well. Delicious. Anyway, we got a good show for you today, so let's get right to it. First topic of the day, GameStop. Now, gamers know that GameStop itself is, well, to be blunt, a shithole. Pretty much every time I've gone to a GameStop, it's been an annoying ordeal filled with bullshit and idiocy. And if you've never been to a store before, all you have to do is a quick Google search, and you'll pick up on all kinds of horror stories. A number of them from past employees that have actually worked there. They talk about how crooked the people that run the stores are. There are also just as many stories of people either getting the worst service ever or having something completely idiotic happen to them, whether it's replacing the new game disc with a used one, and even cases of employees actually taking game codes out of the packaging. Anyone remember the Deus Ex debacle? That was a huge thing right there. However, this story hits on a hilariously new low for the company as a whole. Earlier this week, Frank Christopher Oliveira, former VP of GameStop, was sentenced to 51 months in prison after having stolen over $1.7 million from his own company by using a fake company to con the business into giving him money. It was actually a pretty elaborate scheme. He was using fake invoices and even created a fictitious secretary named Jennifer Miller. Using these, he would direct GameStop to send payments for vendor services to the fictitious company, which would then be deposited into a bank account belonging to this fake company, and then he would transfer the funds to his own personal bank account. And he would repeat this process for 2 years. Okay, everyone knows that GameStop's employees are crooked as fuck. But this guy is so corrupt, he conned his own fucking company. Can you believe this?
This is delicious!
In addition to the jail time, not only is Oliveira being ordered to return the money that he stole from the company, which he says he already returned most of, but he is also required to pay an additional $135,000 in additional charges. Now, the question here is, how in the hell did he manage to get away with this for 2 years? I mean, did the figureheads at GameStop just not give a single fuck about where the money was going? Did Oliveira hate working for the company that much? Or was he just being an asshole like every other GameStop employee? The world may never know. Oh, I love you, Guinness. Excuse me. Moving on to our next subject. Pokemon!
Pokemon! Pokemon with the pokey and the man in the thing where the guy comes out into the thing and he makes the fall out of that.
Yeah, I bet you weren't expecting to talk about that franchise on this show, huh? Now, you may remember that last week we talked about Ubisoft milking the ever-loving shit out of Assassin's Creed, but Nintendo is just as guilty of such practices as they've been milking the shit out of Pokemon for years now. And the results have shown in some of the latest creatures. I mean, one of them is literally a pile of fucking garbage. What the flying actual fuck? And I have no idea what the hell this thing is supposed to be, but I have a feeling that if I was Jewish, I'd feel pretty fucking offended. However, it seems that a group of fans are looking to create their own little kind of fan Pokemon game, and the makers are coming from the unlikeliest place you can imagine. 4chan. Yes, the website that is known as the asshole of the internet. The project is being put together by two people from the Pokemon board, and is being made with the third-party tool Pokemon Essentials Program, a program commonly used for fan-made Pokemon games. There's even a pre-done chart showing the number of Fakemon, as the creatures in the game are being referred to as well as a playable demo that's already out for download. Now, I've actually played this demo, and while it's obviously far from finished, but I have to say, this shit is legit. It's actually strongly reminiscent of the original material, and all the Fakemon have original designs that actually look pretty cool. I mean, look at how badass Borealis looks, and Chagrin and Shashade, and Volturgeist. This team actually has an idea of what the hell they're doing, which is surprising because, again, fucking 4chan. Now, people may be surprised to know that this isn't actually the first game that will be coming from a random group of jerks from this site. Last year saw the release of the visual novel Katawa Shoujo, which was also done by a small group of people from 4chan who would form up 4-Leaf Studios. The game's main draw was the ability to establish relationships with girls with various disabilities. I mean, it sounds like a sick fetish game, especially when you consider the website source that these people originally inhabit, and what it's known for. But when it was released, it came to high praise because the stories were well crafted, the characters were engaging and memorable, and the game itself handled the subject matter extremely well, focusing less on the actual disabilities of the girls that you would hook up with. Also, manly picnics. Now, the thing that these two different projects have in common is that they come from a place where no one ever expected to see them. A website that is known for having the worst kind of user base ever, consisting of racists, homophobes, trolls, shitposters, and just all manners of jerkitude. The very idea that something worthwhile can spring up from a pile of shit like 4chan is nothing short of a miracle. And this Pokemon fan game is probably going to be on the same level of quality that Katawa Shoujo shares, so I expect nothing but good things coming from this. That about does it up for this week's episode. As per usual, hit the subscribe button so that you can stay tuned for more videos, trailers, news episodes, and all that other fun stuff. And then you can also like our Facebook page to stay up to date with when new videos and trailers go live on the channel. And I've been posting a bit some extracurricular stuff lately, like update on the Skullrolls crowdfunding campaign, which has reached the $375,000 goal, and we are confirmed to have Big Band as DLC. Rejoice! Also, I made another post on that the Facebook page on commenting on Garrett's appearance in Thief 4 and how he looks even more gothic than before, despite the developers' efforts to make him less goth. Which, yeah, take that however you will. Anyway, do all those things, stay in touch with us, we'll try to get more content over here when we can. That'll be it for this week. I am your host Mike, and we'll see you next time. Oh, and get some fucking Guinness, I swear it. You will not be disappointed. Cheers.